to the first ever EDP podcast, the Educational Department podcast. Um, Basically, this is a capstone project. So to understand the capstone project, I'll just give you a bit of a rundown. It's basically a grade 12 project, which you have to complete in order to graduate, and it has to be something that correlates with what you want to do after high school. Now, since I do not know what that is, I thought the best idea for me is make a podcast in order to figure that out, get some ideas going. So I want to bring on guests from our school, um, probably mostly students, if not all students. I don't know if I am really interested in teachers because I obviously knew where they ended up. I think it's a bit more playing field with students because you can ask them what their plan is, and then you can also just ask um, just life questions, just in general, like what's going on with them. So um, that's kind of the plan with this podcast is to bring someone on, talk about their secondary plans if they have any, but then also just have a fun time, ask some fun questions. Um, I want it to be a pretty laid back podcast, so I think that that'll be very, very good. So sorry that it's been quite a while, or it's taken me a while to post an episode. I definitely wanted to do it before spring break, and now it's basically the end of spring break. Um, but thank you for the support I've seen on Instagram. That is very well appreciated. And if you do want to come onto the podcast, please do reach out to me. And I'll definitely get back to you if you want to pop on the podcast. That'd be fun. Um, and if you haven't followed it yet, please do. Because that's where I'll post. If I post a new episode, that's where I'll also announce it. So yeah, thank you for the support so far. Just please make sure if you are reaching out to me that you are kind of prepared to be asked questions and are willing to be on the podcast. Not that you're just I wouldn't say boring, but like I want to have an interesting episode for the viewers to watch. So make sure that you're ready for something. You're ready for anything, I guess. Essentially, that'd be very well appreciated. Just keep that in mind. And if no one reaches out, then I'll probably reach out to other people. So that is the current goal in mind. But yeah, that should be also I think inspirations I've gotten is probably like Logan Paul's podcast. I mean, he's a bit of a controversial guy, but like the most recent episode that I've watched is like I don't know, I liked it because it was serious, had funny moments. So that's exactly what I want my podcast to be. But we do have our first guest today. Actually, it's Jaden Abram.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
So obviously, me and Jaden are kind of in a similar boat. We kind of don't know really what we want to do, but I mean, Jaden, what do you have any plans after high school?
Well, I've been thinking of starting a business, but obviously that's not going to be like a highly successful thing. So I think I'm going to just like search more. But I think having a business is just like everyone's like, because you don't really have, like, you don't have to do too much. Obviously, you have to do a lot, but like once it goes right, just like if you're selling stuff that just like sales come through, you get money, and it comes pretty easy. But like, it's not super successful. So
Yeah, it's tough to be an entrepreneur, isn't it? But like, I mean, I think it's a very good, wise thing that you know that. But obviously, it comes with hard work. I mean, even this, like, it's just like kind of a test run about like what I like, publishing stuff and just being on media because you have to know what you're talking about, So I enjoy your insight on that. Do you have any idea what the business would be?
Uh, I think obviously it'd probably be clothing brand or maybe even barber, but like cutting hair and stuff. Maybe even just like selling like like Gymshark. Maybe starting my own brand about like gym equipment and stuff. Maybe sell creatine. You know how it is.
Creatine. Are you currently on creatine? There are some steroid accusations for Jaden because you're just so big.
A lot of people think that I am on the roids because of my acne and because I have big muscles, but
And you recently got a buzz cut too, so you're really taking this gym rat phase a lot, hey?
it's just all for the villain arc.
For the villain arc. And what would this villain arc come to? What's the peak of the mountain for you?
Do you know Sam Sulek?
I do know Sam Sulek.
Yeah, that's my goal right now. Oh, that would be the dream too. Like working out, making like YouTube videos and like TikToks about your gym progress and
It's
stuff.
crazy because I've actually had the same ideas. So
Thing is, I think I can get there too. I think I can get to the Samson Luke's level, honestly. Because is he natural or
is he natural? I'm pretty sure he's not natural, buddy.
okay? But you know, maybe someday I can either be entrepreneurship, start business, or maybe just like anything that more fun. I don't want to be like a 9 to 5 person.
That's actually
Like
very
I get
true.
I get some people like our dad's a mechanic. I get he loves like working, which is fine. Like he loves being a mechanic. That's like a 9 to 5 job basically. But like sitting in an office all day and just like doing work like that, that's not what I want to do. That's not. I don't want to rot.
So what you're saying is you're not gonna go to school.
Not the moment. I'm not thinking about it. No, but I feel like if I find out what I want to do and it involves school, I might have to take it because there's like gap years and stuff that I might take, but I'm not sure yet.
But there's obviously steps you have to take toward that. So if you're looking for post secondary, you have to have certain classes required. So are you setting yourself up for that? You think?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And that's a big problem, man.
I picked my courses for grade 12. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about my future too much. I just kind of thought about next year.
I think me and you definitely have been procrastinating a lot about just like not
So,
looking. You just been thinking about everything but not like worrying about it. So you have to do it, but you don't do it.
you think about it, you don't worry about it, but when the time comes, then you worry about it. It's like
It's a last minute thing. It's procrastinating.
it's like a test. You have a teacher says, "Okay, next week a test." You're like, "Oh, it's so much time. It's so free. I gotta study like what the day before something."
See, that's procrastinating right there.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
then you study or no, you don't study at all. You come to the test, you're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm cooked," and then it cooks you. you know, like
Yeah,
it's
so school would be a great idea for you, huh?
probably not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stupid.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for me?
Um, like, what are your plans for the future? Like, do you procrastinate, or I don't know if I pronounced that right, or do you just think about it and not worry about it?
Oh, that's the same thing, but
Okay, do you
I do procrastinate a lot. That's the problem. I mean, that's why the point of this podcast is to generate ideas, or at least have an idea of like, cause social media, right? Like you were saying, like literally what I want to do is like even like a fitness thing, right? And going to the gym, making videos, like Sam Slook or anyone else, right? Or even like you can just work and do that at the same time. So have an idea about like how to like post on social media, what to say, So a podcast could go a long way because you could just talk about stuff, right? So anything like that.
The thing is, I know it's just a capstone project. What if like you made an Instagram account, right?
Yeah.
What if that just goes like absolutely viral, get a bunch of followers? Would you like have a podcast like as like a thing to start up? Maybe I
I
don't know.
I think there would have to be a name change. That's the only thing.
Why? What's your name right now? EDP.
It's the EDP podcast. I mean, it's the EDP cast, but
Yeah.
Education Department podcast, and it was structured around the Capstone project.
Yeah.
So it needs to be. It has to have those like has to follow that. So if you're saying hypothetically, like a very low chance, I don't expect this to
Obviously,
blow up.
obviously.
This is simply just to have my recordings of like like basically proof of what I did as my project, right? So yes, I probably would. I don't know what I would do, but I mean, if it does, that'd be great. But yeah, how would you describe your experience with the EDP cast?
I think it's really chill, really mellow. Just like it's nice to have a good talk. Like I know other podcasts they talk about like they have like special guests and stuff, and they like talk about like economics and politics and stuff. And this is just like
Well, that would be the goal, maybe depending on the person. So if I get a person and they obviously I'll ask them first about their education plan, but it can go not sideways. It can go like a little curveball, Like we could talk about the economic mistake of the world right now, but like that doesn't mean it will. Doesn't mean I'll push it, but that would be nice. That's like what I want to do with this podcast. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short episode of the EDP podcast, the first episode. Um, yeah, make sure you go follow the Instagram page, and we'll see you next time.